Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and Silly Season Season 2 Electric Boogaloo. My name is Gareth and joining me once again in commentary, it's the Master of Mayhem himself, Dom. How are you?
I'm good. I'm still an evil genius and I hope the guys enjoy what's in store for them today.
Excellent stuff. So, after the Mayhem at Oran Park, please tell us what's in store for us this time out at Alton Park.
Lots of crashing, except this time it will be intentional crashing. So the winner from the last race at Oran Park, as discussed in that race, will be driving a Kia in this race around Alton Park. The rest of the grid will be reversed from the finishing order of that grid. They'll be in Jettas, so they've got about a 10-second pace disadvantage versus the Kia, but they're also going to get a 30-second head start plus the entire rolling start. So they've got a decent head start, but basically the Kia is then going to try and hunt down the Jettas and crash into them and tag them. If the Kia manages to do that, that Jetta is then out of the race, and sort of that will be their finishing position, if that makes sense. So the first Jetta to be tagged will finish last in this race. Kia's got to tag as many Jettas as possible. If it doesn't get to all of them, then the winning Jetta across the checkered flag will be the winner of the race, and hopefully that makes some sort of sense. It's going to be carnage, there's going to be cars flying everywhere, and bodywork flying into the abyss as well.
Awesome stuff then. Well, let's jump to the grid and see how this race unfolds. And there is our grid of beautiful Jettas. Reese Crichton on pole with Stephen McCann next to him, Rich Meesters, Eric Piusi, Janneman Pruis, for fuck's sake.
One of those.
Michael Messenger, Kernick, Greening, Clark, Costa, Chris White, Termalarin, Chris Forrester, Mark Innes, Dylan Kirkpatrick, Olivia Ettridge, Gavin Kelly, Oliver Walker, and Dom Parker in the Kia at the back of the grid.
Rocking that United Autosports livery for Yorkshire. Yorkshire.
Very nice too.
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
You ever been at like a gig when that chant started going?
No, to be fair.
It's probably just a Yorkshire thing, to be fair.
Yeah. So the cars are rolling then.
So yeah, the Kia is going to sit there for the entirety of this rolling start, and it's and then even after the green flag, another 30 seconds head start. So the Jettas will be coming sort of out of cascades by the time Kia gets released.
Excellent stuff, and there is the Kia sitting there waiting to go. Poor old Janneman though, I don't know why I keep confusing his surname. I feel terrible about it. I must do something about it. Mind you, it's a bit like Ollie always calls Chris White Chris Wright.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Too many names. We'll just have to go by numbers from now on.
Maybe, yeah. Here we are then, Porsche's just about to dive into the pit lane and these Jettas are rolling at Alton Park. There's the green lights. Good start by Crichton then with Meesters just behind him then. McCann's fallen to third. And oh my goodness me. Half the field not making it through turn one then.
Oh lord, oh lord.
There's Sean Clark facing the wrong way. We had Ollie Walker off there. Oh my goodness me, that was a terrible start.
So you can see there the Jetta's actually got repaired, so damage is off for this race, because otherwise the Kia would basically be in the pits after the first punt. The Jetta drivers were told they can either work together and try and run away, or punt each other off the track and try and be the last Jetta standing, so I think Mark Innes has taken the punting approach to the race.
Oh, multiple punts there. That's Piusi in the wall there. Recognisable for his distinctive paint job that he uses for all of his cars. And you see a big group there, they're all battling hard, and as you say, no one is taking the working together approach. Oh, someone else round.
That's Messenger.
That's Messenger, look.
Rear-ended by Pruis.
Yeah. Gulak on the back of that one.
There's been some fantastic liveries so far. Many more to come, I'm sure.
Yeah. When you see a couple of plain whites, there's an issue with this car where it doesn't seem to... sometimes the paints just won't stick in trading paints.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that.
Yeah, it's annoying actually, because I mean, I actually quite like it for what it is. It's it's a bit of a weird car to drive with the way the gears are, but I do quite like it. Certainly a lot more than the Solstice.
Yes, that's true. And speaking of both of those cars, obviously it just started the new iRacing season. I'm kind of quite fancying having a go at the production car challenge this time around, if I'm honest.
I jump in every now and again, and I do enjoy it. I had a great race here in the Jetta in the PCC. Oh, someone miles off the road there in the final corner.
That
and
was
in the wall.
Rich. It was.
Yeah, it's Rich Meesters.
Whoa!
Oh,
Innes is still punting.
Innes in his safety car livery. That's cool. Oh, it's Koenig, I think. Oh, Innes in the wall there. How did he manage that?
I think that was Ettridge going in behind him into the final corner. And,
oh yeah, there is Ettridge in the green 447. Gets back going again.
Oh dear me.
And a bit more Kirkpatrick. This is yeah.
So the other option for the Jettas, of course, we saw a couple of clips in the opening credits there, is the Jettas can try and hide, because obviously the Kia's just got to try and punt as many Jettas as possible. So if a Jetta manages to hide and the Kia goes past it, then the Jetta is only out of the race if it actually gets crashed into by the Kia. So we might see a bit of hide and seek later on in the race, perhaps.
We've just seen Gavin Kelly there in his wonderful bakery livery. And he's being chased by Ollie Walker. So that's the Gulag car behind.
I think there's two. I think Malaren's in a matching livery as well.
Oh, is he? Yeah. And there's Stephen McCann just hopping over the chicane. Getting his braking wrong.
And unlike the Beetle race that happened just before this, of course, we're not clearing the penalties for this, so a cut across the chicane there will incur a slowdown that will need to be served.
Yeah.
There's Parker's ahead of Costa on the road here.
So that is Costa going for a bit of a... Ah, that is good tactics then. So he pulled off and lets Parker through. So he's now running behind the car that's trying to hunt him.
Absolutely.
Cunning stuff. And here's Ollie Ettridge. Is he going for something similar? It looks like he has. He's fallen behind Parker as well.
Oh, here it comes though. So, cue the Jaws music.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and they're fighting up ahead. That's Innes in the eggplant. And, double punt.
Innes' strategy has not worked out in the end.
No. So is that Innes and White both out of the race then?
Absolutely.
And heading for the lowest amount of points possible. I must say, out of the two, I must prefer driving the Jetta rather than the Kia, despite it being so much slower. Whoa, is that Piusi getting it shoulder barged off of the track at the Shallows hairpin once again?
Yeah, some lovely trees.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem with this the camera pack at this track, especially when you come to the final corner. The cars just get obscured by the trees quite significantly. Here's Crichton, and in the lead at the moment. He's got a healthy gap to Greening behind him.
I must say I do enjoy the Kia. I like the challenge of it being an absolute brute.
I thought I would like it, but yeah, just I don't know. Oh, and that's Koenig going for the hiding space behind the tyres. Didn't work out though. Mega punt by Parker to knock him out of the race.
I'm not sure how well hidden he was there, to be fair.
No. So that's 3 cars out so far. Meester's just saying get out of the way to McCann.
Absolute hip check, and McCann's still got a swapper on here. Gets straightened out by Chris Forrester there, middle of Druids.
Is this just because people don't want to have... Well, there he is behind and coming fast.
I think it's just one of them, like... you don't want to be the slowest runner sort of thing. You don't want to be the one that's caught first by the chaser. So if you can stitch your mate up by knocking them off track and slowing them down, then that gives you a little bit more breathing space, perhaps. Well,
that's true. Slam and ram, yeah. But as we've seen once again, when damage goes off, the driving standards go out the window. So Meesters was round and off the track at turn 1, and that has helped him out because... Is that Clark who's going for the spin? It is. So Sean Clark now out of the race. And Meesters being off the road has helped him out. It's not helping out whoever this is, though.
I think that's
mega
Dylan.
slam.
Dylan with the
That's Dylan
skydive livery.
Kirkpatrick.
It's so hard to control the cars on the grass, though, of course.
Yeah.
Is Parker
So
waiting for
Kirkpatrick
Rich there?
becomes the 4th car out of the race. Oh, look, Parker's worked out there's cars lurking behind him. He stopped dead.
Silly season living up to the name.
So here's Walker still chasing Kelly then. Out of Knickerbrook and heading up to Druids.
Yeah, in amongst the carnage, there's actually some good racing in between the Jettas.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, round here I've actually really enjoyed driving it.
In fact, off the top of my head, I think Jetta's at Alton Park is the first round of the Tin Top season. So
well worth checking that one out.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But
some
with
more.
damage.
Yes, yeah, and incident limit.
Yeah. Greening's now really caught up to Crichton in the leading pair of cars.
Couldn't think of anyone I'd rather not have behind me than Greening.
Look at that magnificent bake-off livery there.
Massive.
If you ever listen to Danny Wallace on XFM, you get all of the news about the judge. I can't remember his blooming name now.
Oh, it's escaped me. See Kelly way off the road there. Oh God, what's his name?
Paul something, isn't it?
Paul Hollywood.
Paul Hollywood, that's it, yeah. Danny has a weird sort of obsession, Mickey taking thing out of Paul Hollywood every... It's amazing. Oh, look at that then. Round they go. Pruis.
Yeah, Yannaman again going for the punt through the chicane, but I think he actually came off worst time-wise there.
I think he did, yeah.
We saw the punt on Messenger in the opening lap, but that time he definitely lost out a long way compared to those around him.
Kelly's behind Walker now by quite a couple of seconds. I wonder if he's made a mistake.
Yeah, we saw him run really wide on the exit of Cascades. He was way, way, way off the road as we were struggling to find Paul Hollywood's name.
Yes. Parker's struggling through the chicane there as well.
In way too hot.
He's looking at McCann ahead. Run away, Stephen.
I think once the Kia gets the Jettas in its sights, like the pace advantage is just so much, you know, like the speed difference is so great. The Jettas are very much
going on the grass is that was a good tactic, but he probably won't stamp on the brakes as he came back on and see if he could get the overshoot. He's out of the race for sure now though. And heading for not too bad a punt into the barriers there.
You can have some really big offs there, can't you, depending on what you're driving.
Yeah. McCann now out of the race then. Here's Tuamalarin, a legendary punter in his own right.
Yeah, when he's not supposed to be.
Yeah. And Chris Forrester now hunting Kelly. This could be fireworks.
If I had a
They're
quid
dropping down to Cascades
for every punt I've seen Tuamalarin do, I'd be very wealthy.
Yeah.
And they're only the ones that get reported most of the time.
Well, we think back to the bowling incident in Montreal or the legendary Happy Monza race weekend gif.
We wouldn't have him any other way, our Smurf.
No. We've got a replay here. This is Ettridge.
Found an invisible wall. But that was him hiding from Parker, then he saw him go past in the background.
I think he was trying to get in the lake. That was a replay of curling.
Not so good hiding spot.
No. Crichton and Greening then still cracking on. Parker's up to 10th.
Closing in on Kelly as well as Greening goes side by side.
Yeah, it looks like Kelly might be... Oh, here he is. He's
In
about
danger.
to get murdered. Yeah. And am I right in thinking they're not allowed to hide in the pits?
That's correct, yeah. The pits pits are completely out of bounds until you're murdered, in which case you've got to stay there.
So just a cheeky little check into the barriers there by Parker to dispatch Kelly.
Double punt on Chris Forrester there.
A super pump by for Forrester. He's out of it as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars out now. We're on board with Greening, who's just taken the lead from Crichton, as we saw a couple of moments ago.
Look at those fantastic sprinkles on the front of that car.
Well, those two are just racing. Oh, here's a replay of this shonky old start. More suited to a quarter mile sort of Spedworth banger oval.
Have you ever seen the clip from the Australian V8s? It was a really wet race. I think it was the season finale one year, and the commentary goes like, "Oh, he's in the fence! They're both in the fence! They're all in the fence!"
I think I might have done actually. Yeah, that's a bit of a classic.
Oh dear me. So it looked like Innes initiated that little tin one incident. An early swipe took out most of the field there.
That's amazing. So we've got 3 riskies running 1, 2 and 3. The 4th one is lurking around and doing some cheeky hiding. Piusi's dead.
Oof. That was an abrupt
that was
stop.
A violent one.
Yeah. Yeah, Risky Racing generally, the whole team of them, are quite fans of the Jetta. They've run them quite a few times just for funsies.
Yes.
In fact, I think there's a video of them floating around that's the 4 of them inside each other going around the banks at Daytona.
Lovely. and is that NSFW?
Yeah, just about. They've all got a Barry livery on, and they've managed to pull out the pits, still ghosted inside each other, and done an entire lap like that.
Nicely done. Oh, Pruis is out then. And Parker is eating these Jettas now. He's killed half the field then.
Lost a lot of time there though, with just over 5 minutes to go.
Oh yeah, better put his finger out. So this is how Pruis got taken. It's just the shark coming around the corner. oh he's going for some dodge. I like that you tried to put some thought into that one. Didn't quite work out in the end, but bonus points for trying.
Yeah, I think the Jetta's best tactic is just going to be to try and run as fast as they can, to be fair. Like,
I don't know, I think Costa, Meesters and Ettridge have got it right here. They're hiding behind.
But what happens on the white flag lap?
Ah, yeah. Well, so they've got to pass him, have they? Have they got to finish ahead of him on the road, or can Parker just park right the way across the track and block him?
Well, exactly. Are we going to be in store for the longest 20-minute race of our life as Parker just parks broadside across the track and the others have to try and take the checkered somehow? Like, I wonder if a time limit's been thought about.
Well, I have to wait and see then. Yeah. Oh no, it's Parker who's hiding now.
It has begun. That's Ettridge in the background,
like
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he knows he's there though, doesn't he? Presumably they've both got HUDs on then. And here comes Costa.
Yeah, are we going to find now any cars that haven't realised? Is Greening still coming along at full chat? Looks like Crichton's already backed off.
Greening's going for it, but surely he knows about the hiding Kia.
Well, Risky Racing as well tend to be on voice chat to each other through a race, so surely if one of them spotted the Kia sitting there hiding, then surely they all know.
Greening's going for it.
Yeah. Is this brave or stupid?
It's a bold strat.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Tom. What's going to happen in this chicane then? Oh, Parker not even worrying about the track limits there. Oh, nicely done by Greening. He's pulled a switcheroo. Oh, but no, that was silly. Oh, he had it done. Oh, what a shame.
Should have just waited for the others to catch up there, right? Just sat on the
Yeah, I
grass
think
and
the
waited.
tactic was absolutely sound until that point, and then it all went slightly wrong.
Did Messenger get tagged then, or did he get away with it? Sideways on the grass. I think he's got away with it,
Yeah, I didn't quite see. Walker and Malarin now running nose to tail, the two teammate liveries.
Running car number 23 and 24 as well. They'll make a good pair of teammates.
Yeah, good spot. What happened to Messenger then? Oh wow, he dodged it, I think.
That must be as close as you can get.
Oh, he's gambling.
Well played,
Oh, Angela Merkel be praised. But now he's got him right behind him, and as they come onto the longest straight on the track, I wondered if he'd managed it. Perhaps he was going to use the island hairpin there. Messenger's now out. 5 gears to go, and they're freaking out. Look at them, they're like sheep.
Malarin's gone.
And there is the broadside. Oh, Walker's risking it. Parker couldn't quite find a gear to get it. So, and Walker's running. He is running now.
Run away!
Here's our long-time race leader, Reece Crichton.
It looked for the longest point that he had it just absolutely in the bag, didn't it? And then
he did.
The antics began.
Walker's out. I think they just sort of panic a bit when the Kia ends up behind them. They just end up sort of becoming a bit sort of rabbits in the headlights. Are the reverse lights going to come on? Yes, they are. They're all going backwards.
Can't get too far on track, of course, otherwise the you get DQ, don't you? It just pulls you straight off the track by iRacing.
Yeah, well, I can hear crunchy noises going on. I wonder if they're sort of hitting each other. So who's going to make the move?
Or is that just
got the two riskies
crunching gears, maybe? Oh dear!
Oh yeah,
that's Ettridge pushing Crichton.
Teammate sabotage.
And Costa as well. Oh no!
Costa's doing it. Oh, Crichton got hit. Costa's running away.
Brutal stitching up with a teammate there.
And the 20 minutes is up. Oh, Crichton just got tagged on the rear quarter there. Nearly
so close, wasn't it, to getting away.
So the first one to cross the line then will win this race. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Costa, Ettridge, Meesters, or will Parker pick up the victory in the Kia? Costa's gone for it. Oh, just not enough speed there to get around.
Kia nearly mounted Roberto there.
Yeah. Good effort though by Roberto.
So 2 Jettas left in the race, Meesters and Ettridge.
So who's it going to be? Rich Meesters from Canada or Ollie Ettridge from the UK?
Going for the big send.
Oh, look at that.
He's gone.
Wow, Parker's been disqualified.
That was it, the big DQ.
Wow, it's a straight race then. Has Meesters worked it out? Yes, he has. He's on the move. There he is behind.
What's the gap? 1 point... about a second?
Yeah.
It's closing though.
So this is a straight race to the flag then between these two Jettas for the victory.
Well, that got just as ridiculous as we expected, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Well, Ettridge is absolutely flying. He's pulled out another second on Meesters here. Through Druids they come, one corner to go.
I've got a horrible feeling that they've not got the white flag yet.
Oh, they've got to go round again.
We're going to have an entire lap, I think, of 2 cars on track.
Oh, make that 1 car on track. Rich just ran wide in the final corner.
I don't know if the TV cam will pan out enough. There's a lot of cars just sitting in the pits there. You can just see them in the background.
Yeah, there are.
Fallen by the wayside.
I mean, that was a masterful dodge there by Ettridge.
It was so close.
But you're absolutely right, though. This is the white flag lap, then. They did not get the checkered flag at the end of that lap.
That was a proper Hail Mary from Parker there, wasn't it? Obviously picked up the win in the Beetle. Maybe just thought, 3rd place will do.
Yeah, it's a huge haul of points, though, to take out of the first 2 rounds for silly season. I think we're really seeing the difference in experience here between Rich and Ollie in driving the Jetta.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably front wheel drive in general. Obviously, Ollie did the TCR season. Rich, I don't think did any of the races.
No, I don't think he did.
And it's so different to drive, of course, isn't it? Front wheel versus a GT or an open wheeler.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but also, I mean, racing on a Wednesday night was never going to be convenient for Rich with the time zone differences.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the trouble. We're getting so many sort of demands for different leagues throughout the time. Like, people are desperate for a Porsche Cup league, a Radical league, an F4 league, but there literally just isn't enough days in the week at the minute, is there?
No, exactly.
Ettridge
celebrating already. So out the final corner and up over Deer Leap comes Ollie Ettridge to win round 2 of Silly Season Electric Boogaloo. He did not get murdered.
He did not.
Here comes Rich Meesters for a fabulous 2nd place. Congratulations to both those guys, and obviously to Don Parker for picking up. Well, he's only showing 6th place.
Yeah, ignore the standings board. That is, the standings board doesn't know the rules of the race, I think.
Well, how dare it? Oh, some lovely reverse donuts there by Ettridge. He picks up the victory for the 2nd race.
So I think the general finishing order would be Ettridge, Meesters, Parker, Costa, Crichton, Walker, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, the rest of it's just going from memory, so I'm not entirely sure.
I hate to point out, but his front wheels aren't moving. So, championship standings then. After tag at Alton Park, Don Parker is in the lead of the championship by 1 point from Oliver Ettridge, and then Ollie Walker is in 3rd. Then we've got Costa, Malarin, Kelly, Forrester, Meesters, Kirkpatrick, Greening, Messenger, Innes, Crichton, Pruis, Clark, Piusi, White and Kernick in 18th place. Just below him we've got Stephen McCann in 19th, 20th Jake Weaver and 21st John Novak.
I think Jake and John decided enough shenanigans in the Beatles and didn't fancy the 2nd race here.
Fair enough, yeah. So tell us what's coming up in rounds 3, 4 and 5.
A little bit of turning left initially, so we'll go to Concord in the street stocks for as most normal of a oval race as we can manage, and then we're going to do F3 versus Formula V around USA International. Then after that we're going to do an LOA version of a figure 8 track as we take the Skippy and Radical to Oran Park, but run the 2 cars on 2 different layouts of the same circuit, which I'm sure will be pandemonium.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Well, as we leave Ollie Ettridge busily digging his way into the Cheshire countryside. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this race, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, come say hi to us on Discord, or check out our website limitofadhesion.com. Dom, we'll see you in the next round. Cheers, man.
Goodbye.
Bye.